I mean, Spica got, I would say, more done on Udyr than he did on Hecarim in the first 2 games. I think just the one was enough. But yes, indeed, you are right. First pick Hecarim comes through. Renekton, the instant hover for Huni. And we're getting a lot of the same drafts run back, just on different sides.
Surprise, surprise, Phreak. Same teams. We've been on 11.5 for a while, and we know their tendencies. All right, there it is. It's going to be the Renekton part locked in. Now, do they quickly, or actually not locked in yet, still hovering.
Yeah.
Would they quickly follow it up with the Udyr? Or do they have a build where they need AP jungler to come out? They already showed PoE on the Lucian, and they had probably the best opener of the entire series with, Lucian and Tristana. Yet, Lucian and Tristana both unpicked early on here, and it actually goes back over to the side of Team Liquid for their choice of it. Has Tactical really been scared that much away from the traumatized Malphite memes that he doesn't want to do Tristana ever again? Doesn't want to even use Tristana as a flex pick? Because it honestly feels that way. We felt that in the last Team Liquid series where they actually started to opt away from the Tristana even when it was up. And it seems to still be the case. I do put a very high priority on Senna TK. I think it's extremely valuable right now because you get so much out of CoreJJ actually being a fed Tahm Kench. He's one of the supports in the league that can make the best use of it.
Yeah.
But also, it's kind of a lingering thought here, as we go to further down the line in finals. Is that going to be an issue if Tristana is actually very highly diminished priority for Team Liquid? With Jensen without playing it and Tactical as well, kind of being shown off of it now.
Yep. Third time all year, Team Liquid are playing Senna Tahm Kench, once in the regular season, once in playoffs. So not something they go to a lot, but they're saying, okay, we don't want to go to game 5. That feels too much pressure. We'll bring this one back out. We'll play this style. And yeah, I think CoreJJ have some of the best Tahm Kench ults I have seen out of that champion. I think so often that champion's like, well, I sit here and I just babysit the AD carry and I chomp them up and who cares? But CoreJJ really does get stuff done. The backline axis is very, very strong. That said, Liquid could have chosen a more aggressive support. You can play Senna with things like Maokai or Cho'Gath or Set or something a bit aggressive to find CC. Tahm Kench ult is not that, so they are playing the safe option of this lane.
I will say, unfortunately for him, they are playing into both shield-breaking champions in Renekton and Rell. So TK Grayskin definitely loses a lot of value. Remember that Rell has so many things packed into the kit. Your Lance Q, you can actually break shields as well.
Yeah.
As doing like little things like taking the armor, magic resistance, and all that goodness. Yeah. So definitely a very valuable champion there on the side of TSM. No surprise, but this is a very preferred front line with Renekton. Trying to get some early priority up there. Need to keep up with the power clear with the Udyr pick, and then having SwordArt on the Rell. I think that he has been one of the bright spots for TSM. In addition to PoE in the last game, SwordArt previously, even though they suffered their losses at the hands of Team Liquid, I thought he had a very good, especially Gragas game, and has had some very good timings there. So Rell Jinx will be the combo.
I was thinking Ashe was a likely pick here for last Jinx, though. It's going to be a good backline, long-range AD carry as well, because one of the big things about Senna Tahm Kench is Senna has 600 base range. She outranges you. She's going to poke you. You've got to be able to fight from a longer range than the 525 of Kai'Sa. And interestingly enough, they're just going to go back for team fighting. Now, Senna has decent enough damage if you've got a way to earn gold in mid-game. They're going for team fighting. Viktor, Senna is pretty solid damage. Really big frontline in Sion, Tahm Kench. Hecarim's still there for the engage. His team comp is not very different from Team Liquid. TSM, what's their last pick going to be? Because Lost is going to look great in this backline. He's not getting dove much at all.
Yeah, TL haven't changed a whole lot here.
Ooh.
Honestly, though, PoE gets his hands on his Azir, and that is going to provide more appeal for the Jinx as well. The Hecarim now, it is pretty hard to dive into the back line. Sion is kind of a dive buddy with the ultimate, but there's a lot to work around there. You can have people jumping in front. You can have walls and stuff. It's going to, might be difficult. So there's going to be a lot of weight on Jensen to really up the carry performance. He and Tactical have been the ones for Team Liquid a little bit off here so far this series. They're going to need them to peak here because, once again, TL slam Alphari down on a tank. He did absolutely handle his business versus Renekton last time in lane and in the side lanes later on, but it didn't matter when the team crumbled around him in team fights and the carries were dropping like flies. falling to the flash plays, falling to the flank plays, and just getting taken down by TSM.
So the comp is in. TSM's first 3 picks was like, well, it's not much of a team fight comp, but it's okay. And then the last two, like, and here's Azir and Jinx, the literal 2 best backline champions in League of Legends. And it's like, all right, team fight comp achieved. You can build full tank on Huni because you'll kill Sion faster than they kill you. Senna's not going to exactly rush down Renekton. So I am curious how it plays out. I think TSM's comp is pretty dynamic. Obviously, you can chem tank in with Udyr. You can do Rell follow-up. Azir can shuffle. And Jinx can just like throw in the rocket and finish that kill. So there is some really nice tools out there on the TSM side. On TL though, I have a lot of respect for Senna Tahm Kench. That is a lane that you can leave alone. Doesn't need much help. That said, Sion Renekton doesn't need much help. It really frees up Armao to make sure mid's going well because either side lane is going to need much jungle.
Yes, sir. And we all know now the current state of Jinx, if she gets to scale up a couple items there, can be a team fight tear. Taking over. They've definitely got the setup for it. SwordArt going with the Ignite as well into the bottom lane, so combat summoner advantage when you look for that all-in. You know, call Spica down, flash play, go for the all-in. If they can get some money down there early, that would be huge in snowballing and trying to keep the dream alive from the TSM side of their reverse sweep. Meanwhile, Team Liquid, they want to close that door quick. No more dreams. No more dreaming, Phreak.
No more dreaming. Looking for the 3-1 victory. I said 3-2 personally. I know a lot of the analyst desk initially had TSM favored, but Armao definitely stepped up today, and the team looked pretty good overall. But will TSM finish the reverse sweep? Will they win this game and bring us to Silver Scrapes? And then on from there. How much we're going to see this one happen. TL looking to just close it out in Game 4. CoreJJ going to walk into the river a little bit late. Wards at 115. That's going to be enough to make sure that there's no easy jungle shenanigans for maybe the Udyr to take blue and then go to bottom side. And based on how much vision they give away, they can know that both junglers started top side.
Yeah, I'm pretty intrigued, actually. It is going to be top down for both junglers. And Alphari does help a little bit with the bluff, but Huni getting that information for them, so they know for sure that it is going to be meeting back up down at the Scuttle Crab. Because it should be the extra push here, but they're actually fighting really heavily over the level 2 push, and CoreJJ is going to be able to get the extra minion line, so it's Team Liquid that are going to get to the level 2 first, going to threaten it, even with the extra tongue lashes here, adding.
One difficulty with Senna Tahm Kench lanes, you have the Relic Shield, so you automatically lose the second wave if you don't fight for the first one really hard and get early damage on wave 2. And so with this, it's a bit closer. We'll see how much they want to rush this one back, but you can see these minions are pretty low. SwordArt can't really walk up and get more stacks. In fact, he already burned his stacks on the first wave, expected to be losing the race. So ultimately, look at that, tactical. Yeah, gets a soul off of both champions, and you can't re-engage him. CoreJJ just chomps him up and spits him out.
And what this means is that then Scuttle Crab contention by default goes in the favor of Armao with pushing bottom lane. Now you see Tactical CoreJJ, this is very good. You don't want a hard push, you want to wait for the third wave to come, and you want to slow push now. You fight really hard, pushing hard to get level 2, but then transition into the slow push so that your timing will sync up, and you can try and help your jungler. This one is going to get thinned out very quickly though by Lost. So I like how quickly he's actually taking away some of that pressure. Mid lane, it looks like too, a top ward for PoE, even though they did scout the bottom side start, the top side start from Armao. So they know that he started blue buff and is clearing towards bottom, and yet still uses ward up towards the top side, just to make sure, he's for sure going to hover towards the top half.
All right, Armao and Spica seeing each other. Ghost is burning. He wants to take this fight right now. Spica taking big damage. Bot lane's moving. PoE coming first, though, as well. Stun comes in, and Armao should be able to win this fight. Ew, wow. Spica grabs it, flashes the safety. Flash for Scuttle's not ideal, and PowerOfEvil may have to flash now as well. So much damage coming across is going to burn that summoner. And off that play, TL got to burn 2 summoners. To be fair, their dual lane also lost both flashes.
Exactly, that's what I was going to mention for Team Liquid. Tactical CoreJJ, both flash as well. This is now vulnerable. The Rell with Ignite can definitely make this play happen. Spica, he just needs to finish off his clear and reset, and he can actually get back down there. There's a ton of extra threat now. Usually the Tahm Kench Senna can play so aggressively. They're harassing you and pushing you off the wave, but Armao, can Huni actually solo secure this crab? They've got Spica up at Krugs.
Wow, Armao having to just lose time there. Yeah, he got 6 camps done, but doesn't do anything else. Not going to see a Spica recall just yet, but as he finishes Krugs, maybe soon up. As we're going to look for stacks to come through. Tactical at least earning gold. Top laner's fighting. Pretty good damage there is. Yeah, Huni gets a big chunk there onto Alphari. The early ending phase is going to feel Renekton favored, but Alphari kept up in CS and then eventually outscaled. And we'll see if he makes the same play happen. Gold pretty close. And Armao finally does get to go for the top scuttle.
Yep, able to return after the big angry Renekton has left. Finally, Huni's not watching. I can grab the scuttle crab. Big stuff there for Armao to be able to return since he is a little bit down with the flash and smite being invested in Spica to make sure he got bottom side grab. So it's definitely a bit delayed there for the Hecarim, and I'm still looking for bottom side play here because it really changes the dynamic of the Senna Tahm Kench lane if they both early have to blow their flashes like that, because there's so much potential for the all-in here with SwordArt having flash with Ignite, and there being no vision in the river or around this bottom area. So they can definitely prey on that and prey on just the extra threat.
Alrighty, damage coming across. Nice couple of hits on a Jensen, PowerOfEvil. Small deficit in CS, not terribly relevant though, and Azir's late game is outstanding, so no concerns there on the TSM side whatsoever. With the Comet, went for extra laning power, didn't get that much on with it, but it's okay. Top laner still battling back and forth. Huni, nice empowered Q, gets the help bar back to full. Decent chunk onto Alphari. And the 7 CS lead in top lane can be entirely answered, at least within one, if he gets the entire wave.
Look at this, very deep ward. You see that ward in the third brush on bottom side. That is a possible, well, never mind, both teleports have been used. All right, it just timed out as well, and the dragon will be started up. He's got control ward on it, but there is a TSM ward in the, or Team Liquid ward on the top left, so they do know that he's doing it because the control ward pushed to the outside by the dragon. Even with the knowledge that he's doing it, though, actually,
walk over a ward with Honey Fruit and Armao coming. Smite is up, and this is going to be a real battle. Keep in mind, Flash is missing in several spots. No crash down. Armao goes for the backline. Lost the Flash away. Smite fight comes in, and it's taken by Armao. His first Smite victory this series, and it means first blood comes through as well. Team Liquid get both objectives they care about, and looking for a little bit more. Stun is going to catch Lost. He's flashless. He is Jinx, and he is going to die. But the shuffle, massive. The re-engage, even bigger, just barely to SwordArt live. Jensen finds the kill in a PowerOfEvil. It's 3-0 Team Liquid plus the dragon.
Oh my goodness. Jensen just pushes in the wave, and PowerOfEvil sitting there at turret as Azir. Team Liquid walks straight up to the dragon, and they yoink it out of TSM's hands. Oh my goodness, that in this pivotal game is just such a big lead. Here's another look at it. Armao plays it so well. He knows the dragon isn't in kill range, so he pushes away the AD carry first into his bottom lane since they don't have smite, or they don't have flashes and they can't reposition. He gets the positioning for them, then returns, wins the smite fight, and because of the chase down there, they're able to finish off the kill onto Lost. CoreJJ is a fed Tahm Kench, so he doesn't die even after getting swept in by PoE. And my goodness, that must have been a big difference of like 2 seconds from mid lane push there, as Jensen was able to walk in with Armao, threaten them off the dragon, and a disaster for TSM.
Well, obviously a great start on the TL side. Spica going to start this Herald now, which is going to be maybe uncontested. No one's around him just now, and honestly, top has pressure, mid seems to have pressure. That ward's not going to spot anything. Maybe unanswered. Good play then by TSM to grab this one without sending any resources. That'll help, but the gold difference is still 1,800, and that's going to take some time to work back from. Nice little smash there. You can see a 8-ish CS difference in top. Good pickup there, nicely done. Spica barely lost any time. He's got almost no camp set, at least on top side, but SwordArt, yep, has to crash down to get away from this. Able to do so, he's going to be fine.
All right, and they're calling over Armao as well. Another Scuttle Crab dominance gained by bottom lane. They poke out SwordArt and Lost, chase them through their own jungle, and even with 3 control wards, Armao should be able to finish this before Spica gets back into range. It's now level 7 to level 6 as well with the extra lead here.
Big damage, forcing a flash in case Jensen went for flash eat would have been lethal, so he had to burn the summoner to predict if Jensen was going to do it. Ultimately, this is huge. The extra kill, the blue buff, the stats and everything else, making him just completely crush the 1-on-1. Now 13 CS lead in mid. Plate number 2, gone.
Look how bold Armao can play after Jensen just takes over mid lane. He walks right in the face of Spica. starts doing his own blue buff right in front of him. Smite is ready. He can go for the fight.
Battle again, 7-7. Smite goes through again, claimed here by Armao. It looked like Spica smited and a Q claimed it afterwards. I couldn't quite tell either way. Grab a Hecarim, well played. Mid lane still under pressure. The second wave finally PoE recalls. Not going to lose this plate this time, but Jensen gets a deep ward. Or does it take on the chickens?
Oh man, the jungle is taking a beating now. Everything being taken from Spica. Jensen is down to half HP off these chickens though. Is going to have to be content with just the babies. It's very difficult now for TSM after losing so much priority on this early dragon fight. Bottom lane, now free to push in. Good evasion right there from Tactical. Able to get out of the crash down, sees it coming, and top lane opens up the play for the lane gank.
So Alphari and Huni doing battle. Huni in the brush now gets spotted, gets knocked up. Are they going to go for the Sion ulti? Yes, they are. Another knocker comes in. Ult comes in now. Armao, part of the 1v2. Nice stun by Huni, buys some time. Flash to get pulled back out, but it's still going to be too much damage. Alphari claims the kill. Nice jungle intervention. And now it's up to Spica to sit alone under the turret.
Oh my. This Alphari versus Huni on the top side. Armao gets called up for a second, and boom! It is kill, it is flash blown. His teleport cooldown syncs up just so poorly that it doesn't, it's not on arrival here, so he misses out on a gigantic double-stacked wave in addition to going down. And guess what? Armao, richest person on the Rift. That's going to be a fed Hecarim. Early chem tank is in the stars.
Oh my gosh, looking great now. Team Liquid. They dropped a single game. They come back from a gigantic deficit in game 2. But at this point, they're looking at a 3-1 victory. But this series, Kobe, we have seen big comebacks. We've seen comebacks from far more goal difference than this.
Yeah, man, it's nothing.
Honestly, who can really say? It's going to go down to the team fights coming in a few minutes. Next dragon spawns in 9 seconds. Team Liquid should have obvious priority to claim it.
Yeah, all of our assumptions, though, you have to be very careful in this series. Teleport being used just to make sure of it, though, for Team Liquid. They get Jensen right back out to the Rift. CoreJJ uses his for Tahm Kench, is able to clear out the rest of the control wards leading up to Dragon. And even with the kind of swap there where you saw PoE go to get the big wave Huni was going to miss, him being pushed out of mid lane is the same.
Let's go! What a shot! As Tactical's now 2-0-2.
There's nowhere safe on the Rift for Huni, dude. He's stuck up there with Alphari. Alphari's just laying into him game after game. He swaps mid lane there. PoE takes the double stacked wave and just gets beat out by Jensen. It's stunned by Tactical. Huh. All right, it is going to be Rift Out activation on top side, though, there for TSM, so they get some gold back, but this is the team that invested in the Rift Herald, and they are the ones suffering the giant gold deficit. It's just so hard to come back from losing that first fight at Dragon with the objectives also stacking up. Phreak, I don't think Team Liquid are going to make that mistake of letting any Dragons live more than a few seconds and continue on their way to Dragon stacking. Such good control for them. Even with TSM now rotating back from mid, they finish off the extra plates, and they got 2 of them just by hand. No Rift Herald required.
Really good stuff right now. So the gold difference, over 3,500 here. Team Liquid getting the resets in. Kraken Slayer completed for the fasting Senna. Faster item pacing than the Jinx. Huni, walks away. And just a nice prediction here. He tries to turn around, but it's too little too late.
So good. Tactical with the snipe. Jensen as well. Really putting on those carry pants.
Ooh, a flash gets away from the stun, so Alphari left alone now topside, does have flash, burns ulti, and now has reinforcements. 3 versus 3, in comes PowerOfEvil. Huni, way too squishy, dies right away.
Yep, honestly, nowhere is safe for him. That is really rough. This is going to be a squishy Renekton Phreak. That's teleport used as well by him. CoreJJ, Abyssal Voyage.
I mean, some damage on a Spica, a couple of souls picked up by Tactical's going to feel comfortable. The entire team is now topside, I think literally all 5 of TL, but at least that means alone time for a Jinx with a lot of DPS to knock down the second plate. Oh no, there's TP behind. Lost. You've got 3 levels down. Alphari doesn't need ult. You are pretty much always dead to the slows into the big Q. Just when is he going to cast it? He's just autoing, he's autoing, summoner heal, and now you can channel the Q in a second, because how does Lost get away from the rest of it? Doesn't even need it. Flash finally comes in, Alphari's running, he's going to chase him down, and the stun is not going to come in time. The flash for SwordArt's not going to do it enough. Alphari cleanly solo kills a Jinx under a turret, and just walks away with it.
Oh, Alphari hitting one home for all the tank players there. Runs it home, and he's actually safe. Spica now on the run as well.
Oh, this is going to be a tough one for TSM to get anything done. Double stun means nothing. It's 8-0. And another snipe for Tactical makes it 10-0.
Turn it off, Phreak. I can't watch anymore. Turn it off. Team Liquid aren't letting TSM have any room. They've successfully done it. Even CoreJJ is above every player on TSM. The Fed support. This is why you play Senna, Tahm, Kench. Phreak, it's for this. Every single player with a gold advantage.
Kobe knocks over his audio equipment. You heard the crash in the background. He's very excited. The man is animated. Run him around. It's
Don't
an
give away my
exciting
secrets.
game to watch. Don't worry, Kobe. You can call me out for the dumb things I've done. You do it every single cast.
Oh, I'm actually getting audio issues from that. Anyways, continue on.
Yeah, so Alphari just walks the poor guy. Lost, I feel bad. The Chompers, to be fair, were a little bit misplaced. Didn't get any CC out of that one. Ultimately, SwordArt could never get the stun down. It takes time to reacquire off the E. And yeah, the re-engage. I mean, TSM should never take this fight. I guess they know Senna TK aren't here, so they're like, hey, it's kind of a 4v3. We can get Azir down, but they got to wait for PoE. He's not there yet.
Here's what I think it was. I think it was, it is Jinx shouting this entire time. Lost is like, can he get away with this? Is this really legal? Can he get away with this? There's Sion behind turret. And they're like, well, yes.
Yes.
Yes, he can. That is legal. That is the law of Alphari. Sion runs you down past your own turret, even with flash.
0 for Renekton's got himself a Blade of the Ruin King. Don't think he wins the duels against Alphari, though, because Bramble Vest is done, and the man has about 900 armor. Small exaggeration, but not by that much. Bottom turret under a lot of fire. But SwordArt is here in case there's an actual engage. PoE and Lost together pushing a turret means they are dropping waves elsewhere. Spica on the way down now. Shuffle back, and it's still just going to be him dying. Oh my gosh, practically solo killed. Sion's gonna land the charge.
Right out of the air.
Oh, SwordArt's gonna try his hardest. Lost is already dead. He's been found for another kill, and it's another quick 3-4-0 Team Liquid. Their wheels have been greased for TSM, rusted wheels, trying to get them onto the starting line, but they can't even start in this one.
Okay, Spica, you're not safe either.
Yeah, pulled back. He's gonna live. Maybe. Oh, they're just gonna tower dive. You gotta be kidding me. They're just gonna tower dive him. They have no respect for TSM, and to be fair, they don't really deserve it. On to the inhibitor turret at 17 minutes. It's 14-0. A single turret fell. That's it.
Well, the Inferno Dragon actually did live longer than a few seconds. So, bright side there. They should be able to just recoup the extra objective afterwards. Doesn't matter that they went between two turrets. Rift Herald's doing the extra work on the inhibitor as well. Team Liquid going to end this series emphatically, stomping down TSM play after play. It just feels like TSM ran out of gas here in the fourth game. Absolute beatdown.
Absolutely. Well, there is still always a chance, Kobe. There is always a chance. It is vanishingly small, but it's never over till the Nexus dies. You can watch that fight again. I mean, just actually solo killed. One tongue lash and he's just dead.
I mean, Jensen is also styling on him here. Procs the phase rush, walks all the way around it. Ultimate finishes him off. My favorite part, Alphari with the ultimate comes down, knocks SwordArt out of the air, interrupts the crash down.
Another snipe for Tactical makes it nice. Best thing I've heard all day.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh my goodness. Can he get all his Krugs though, Phreak? Okay, there are 4 Krugs, baby Krugs, yes! He gets a perfect Phoenix auto to collect them all.
The middle ones got killed, but they're worth less gold, so yeah, it's the less valuable part of the camp. And okay, TL, what's next for them? There's no Baron to take. You got 4 minutes till Infernal Soul. With a 10,000 gold lead, they're just waiting for things to spawn to take. There's one final tier 2 turret. I wonder if they will try, oh, I guess top has it as well. They cracked the inhibitor one, but side lane turrets to be killed at some point. Bot lane tier 2 cannot be defended. TSM have no choice but to give up this gold, grow the deficit, and try to fight at some point down the line. probably a desperation play at Infernal Soul.
Riddle me this. Do TSM get a kill? And if yes, how?
Fountain dive, yes.
Okay.
I think they will. I mean, it's not a perfect game because they got Herald and they got a turret, so it's obviously not that one. But I don't believe they'll get a killless game here in Game 4. I think they will limp away with, you know, 1 on the board, maybe 2, and that's kind of it here. We'll see if they can make it better. Obviously, again, the 1% for the comeback should be in the hearts and minds. What is the opening? Where is the misstep? Can Rell find the engage? Can Azir find the scoop? That's the hope in the TSM hearts right now, that they can get that one big play that gives them about 4,000 gold of shutdowns and kills.
Team Liquid outside the gates, their eyes already looking towards Cloud9 and the finals. They are hungry for their rematch. They are hungry for their revenge on C9. First, they're going to have to finish off TSM. Azir turret is down, and Alphari is opening the way to the top side as well.
So down goes turret number 7, and we look at the siege towards top side. Baron is alive, Dragon still in 2.5. The incredibly risk-averse play is to just play vision control for 2.5, grab soul, then keep going. But also, how are they going to stop your siege when you are up 11,000 gold? As long as you're not overstaying on recalls, as long as your inventory looks better than their inventory, you've got the level lead at all times, shouldn't be too hard to make this happen. They're also making sure they keep mid-push, right? You don't want to just, like, bleed waves away because the inhibitor's dead.
Yeah.
Take the wave when they come in. Nice ult! Alphari immunes the shuffle! This man is so good at League of Legends! And now the siege on the bottom side. SwordArt's at half HP. Shot up and has to get away. Quick chomp, CoreJJ, but you can see the damage can be there. Jensen and Tactical a little bit low. Are we seeing the snipe? We're not. Okay. There's a chance he went for the long-range snipe on PoE or on a SwordArt. Doesn't go for it there.
All right, we will have a brief intermission in our siege of the TSM base here, where everybody goes back to spend all their money. Shopping spree at the shopkeeper Phreak. I'll meet you there. 2-for-1 deals for everybody.
Oh, man. Kobe, I'm sad to say we do not break a record in this game. 21:10 is the fastest LCS game on record. Sadly, TL not speed running here in the mid-season showdown.
That's the fastest?
21:10, that's what I was told just now.
Maybe for playoff games. Yeah.
I don't know.
Huh.
For LCS, I can see it. I don't think we've had stomps that absurd where it was sub 20, but whatever. We are on to the game for this one. The recalls have indeed come in. The items coming through. We've got Rage Knife and a Rapid Fire Cannon for Tactical. I actually really like RFC from any point where you're winning, because all you got to do is turret siege, like remotely well, and you just kind of win the game. So I like that. It's the very risk-averse play, which makes sense here. Baron is the first setup. They got some wards down, right? A couple in the jungle as well. They haven't swept away all of TSM's vision, but really as long as they make sure it's not snuck, Infernal Soul in 35.
All right, mid lane inhibitor down. Super Minion's going to be applying the extra pressure, allow Team Liquid the ease of switching in here to the red quadrant of the jungle, picking it off. They're actually going to go for Huni first. Huni is the target.
They saw he went into the brush, or at least guessed that he would do so. Slowed down.
Bye.
And Tactical is dominating. Move speed is nice. Thank you, Zeal. Thank you, Boots 2. The Dragon's alive. They want the inhibitor first. Okay, here comes the attempted shuffle.
Oh!
Done. Quick Zonia's isn't enough. Hurricane Jinx is big damage, and it's going to be 0 kills so far. Her entire team is dead. Dragon Soul not even needed. It's a 5-for-0. The triple kill for Jensen. 19-0. Kobe, I was wrong. A single turret, a single Rift Herald, and nothing else went the way of TSM. Domination by Team Liquid here in Game 4. They will get the rematch against Cloud9. They may, in fact, Fountain Dive. They may just close the game out. Kobe! Oh, it doesn't count as a kill! You gotta be kidding me! I almost got credit for it!
It's an execution!
What a way to sidetrack. Team Liquid, a slaughter. An absolute slaughter in Game 4.
Tactical execution, Summoner. Right there. Well played. Well played. And that's it. Team Liquid, they are set. Their date with Cloud9 tomorrow. The rematch will be true. So much to look forward to. So much that Team Liquid want to repair from their previous set versus Cloud9.
Yeah.
And TSM after this one, going to be licking their wounds. Lot to build on looking towards summer.
And TSM, you saw it in every single one of their faces. Like, that, game 2 was theirs, right? This series was 1-1 going into game 3, and then you win game 3 because they won game 3, they're up 2-1. All this does is tie the score. And then go into game 5 and go, hey, we can do it. It's 2-2, we can clearly do this, right? They had it in their hands. This was a series that TSM could have easily walked away with. You are not going to forget that game 2 as those players for a long time. Huni knows he got top diff the entire series. 0-5, I think, at the end score for him. That he's going to feel that for a while. He knows this was at least partially in his hands. PoE sadly does not get that 6th final. SwordArt went from World Final to not making the LCS final. He's got to come back and regroup for summer. TSM, at least, they carry a strong record. They carry a strong record from the first 18 games they've played. Another 3 round robins. Try again. 3rd place might be enough to make it to Worlds, but their aspirations are higher than that, and they've got to rebuild. They've got to get back in. They've got to make that play happen. For TL, they don't have time to relish the victory. Okay, you've got to run it back now. We'll see you tomorrow in 20 hours, 19, and you've got to beat Cloud9. You've got to get revenge.
And we've seen some of the things we were looking for. You know, there were glimpses of the dominating bottom lane from Team Liquid that you saw in Lock-In, and you thought would be the norm every single game for this team. But also, some mispositioning in that very same game also cost them. Little things to patch up here. Definitely some improvements they want to get on track. And as you say, they don't have a lot of time. Do it all tonight.
Yeah, it's get home, take some rest. Maybe you scrim, maybe you don't, but who you scrimming? Maybe teams who are trying to get ready for summer a bit early, but it's review your draft prep, look at your games, what do we do wrong, what do we do right, and then you just go. And Cloud9 get to watch this series and say, okay, here's the weaknesses we thought we saw. Here's the strengths that we thought we saw. And C9 get to come in. TL don't have time to add new champs to their pools. Maybe they hit some, maybe they didn't. Cloud9 obviously get the prep advantage, as is their reward for winning the first time around. And we get to see this battle again, essentially, tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think Cloud9 need or saw anything new today, so definitely looking forward to this rematch. Going to be hype. Excited to see what jungler shows up as well. Team Liquid here performing quite well with Armao. I don't think the issues in the losing games, were due to him. There were some mispositionings from both Jensen as well as Tactical at different points.
Sure.
But honestly, hope the best for Santorin. Hope he's feeling better. And we shall see on the day tomorrow what it's going to be.
Well, we are going to be hearing from Jensen very soon. We are essentially buying time for him to get ready. Obviously, he just got off stage, so need a moment to get him mic'd up and ready to go. But we'll be talking to him about how this best of 5 went. And, I mean, the last game at the very least,